Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakah Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to all you Akim that's pushing this truth and truth sincerity. And as you can see, there's more uproars of the people. So this is in Nepal. Now I'm gonna show you on this map where Nepal is. Nepal is right here. It's north of India, and it's west of Bangladesh and east of Pakistan, right here. All right. So this is Nepal. So this is what's going on. More uproars of the people, more signs of the times. And when I mean signs of the times that the Lord is going to bring His only begotten Son, real name Yahweh Shai, who would be considered a so-called black man in today's society, to gather the elect of the nation of Israel, and also to bring destruction to this beast system. Read 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. All right, so let's go to the search assist. Recent protests in Nepal have been driven by widespread anger over government corruption, and that's one of the most cases: government corruption, the cost of living, so on and so forth. People are crashing out all over the world. And a controversial social media ban, which led to violent clashes with police, resulting in at least 19 deaths. So 19 people got deleted out here in Nepal. The protests, primarily led by young people identifying as Generation Z, probably some YNs in Nepal, have escalated into a significant movement against the political elite and their perceived abuses of power. So you got the youth out there, identified as Generation Z, the younger generation out here in these streets protesting. So let's get this from Fox News, because you know Fox News, they like to go in on people, man. All right. And I know they got a lot of something to say about you Negroes in Chicago, because they're bringing the National Guard up there, and that little white girl that so-called, got deleted by this Jake out here in Charlotte, man. I know Fox News is probably running nonstop with that. All right. And I say this: the scriptures talk about the accuser of our brethren is cast down. We've been telling you that this man's the devil, and he's gonna somehow, some way, blame everything in the world on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Here it is. This man is over here starving those people out there in Palestine. But Tyrone and Pookie, y'all better repent, which we know the greater majority of our people won't. But they're making you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the face of the T word, okay? And we got 9/11 coming up in, 2 more days? That's what?
Check it out. Now that I've reevaluated workplace benefits and retirement savings with Voya, I'm feeling great. How's your retirement plan going?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm ignoring it and hoping for the best.
Ignoring it?
And hoping for the best.
Man. All right.
Well, Voya is helping me make the right benefit and investment choices for my...
Salakia. That's just Satan, man. All right. You see all these retirement commercials, man. Babylon is finished, man. Ain't gonna be no 401k, okay? Ain't gonna be no retirement savings funds out here, man. They're gonna push out that mark of the beast soon, man. All right, so Salakia for that, man. All right. And of course, you can't talk about, so-called. You see what's happened to the right over here, right? You see that those people over there are, doing what they're doing, but they're making it seem like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the problem. Those people that you see to the right-hand side of the screen, those issues, those are the problem. Okay, Esau, Edom. Nepal's protests against the government turned violent across the Himalayan nation on Tuesday, with officials confirming at least 19 deleted and hundreds more wounded, Reuters reported. Demonstrators, mainly young people from Generation Z, torched parliament and homes of government officials, stormed prisons, and forced the resignation of Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli in the nation's capital of Kathmandu. Now you got these people out here these people in these other parts of the world, they taking to the streets, man. They getting busy out here, but hey, America's a land of distractions, man. One of these YNs. When I mean YNs, I'm talking about every race or group of just young degenerates. Okay, all right. That's my definition of YN, man. You got these YNs that's playing Call of Duty right now. You know, drinking drinking a liter of Dr. Pepper. Okay, won't even go outside. You know, playing Madden all day. You know, out there in Nepal, man, they get it in. It says they stormed prisons and torched parliament and the homes of the government officials. Reports from the local media said protesters allegedly set the home of Prime Minister Jawaharlal Kanal on fire with his wife. Wow, they're just going in, man. Okay, so I'm just gonna close that out before I get another one of these. See, it's on site, man. And you see a bunch of youthful men out here protesting against what was so-called corrupt government. Okay, this is what's going on, man. Uproars of the people. That's a good picture, man. All right. So let's get a precept. Let's go to 2 Ezra 9 in the Good News translation. Okay. So this is 2 Ezra 9:1 from the GNT. He answered, "Consider all these things very carefully." And we're considering that the scripture says in the KJV, measure thou the times diligently in itself. Consider all these things very carefully. And all these things are just culminating. These plagues are culminating. Like I said, the National Guard is being sent to Chicago. Who knows if they're going to send them to Charlotte? What happened with that Ukrainian girl? All right, a lot of things are happening. But our people, as we keep saying, and, this is really for the hopeful elect, man. All right? Pookie and Ray Ray are not going to get it, man. Okay, Keisha, all right, and your building apartment complex, man. These people are just gone, man. Jake is just totally gone, man. Have you seen Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans lately, man? All right, they're totally gone. They're totally they totally have eaten up feminism. They've eaten up the LGBTQ. Any movement outside of this truth, which this truth is the ministry, is not some pro-black back to Africa movement, all right? As these other camps want to give you, marching down the street, all right? We're on the highways and byways prophesying. All right, we're in the spirit of prophecy, like it mentions in Revelation 19:10. We're telling you things that happen before they happen, and we're telling you things that are happening right now. Okay? And pretty soon there's going to be you people out here in Babylon the Great that's taken to these streets. So 2 Ezra 9:1, he answered, "Consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, you will know that the time has come when God the Most High will bring judgment on the world he has created." And the Lord is going to bring more and more judgment. He's just getting started. There will be earthquakes. You had that earthquake out there last week. You had this earthquake that hit a 6.0 that hit Pakistan, that deleted at least 1,000 people. And then this week you got it going on over here in Nepal, which is not too far from Pakistan. So back to 2 Ezra 9, the 2 Ezra 9th chapter, excuse me. It says there will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. Man, we live in a time there's a lot of confused rulers, unstable leaders. And I'm not just talking about governments. I'm talking about people at your job, your so-called supervisor. I don't call no person no boss, man. All right? Especially no woman or no Edomite. I'm not calling them no boss, man. All right? They're supervisor at your job. These people are unstable and they're confused. And that goes up to these world leaders, man. Continuing on, it says, when you see these things happening, you will know that they are what The Most High Power has spoken since the beginning of creation. The beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear. Ooh, that's heavy. The same is true in the world above. Wonders and miracles show the beginning of events, and mighty signs show when they end. And we just had a sign yesterday. I did a lesson yesterday on this eclipse. That was from September 7th to the 8th, which you really couldn't see in America. They showed it on the Monday Night Football game, but that was, you could see most of that in Asia and Africa. Okay. Let's go to verse 7. Some people will escape destruction and be saved by their good works or by their faith. All right, the elect. Okay, they're going to escape the destruction. All of them will survive the dangers I have described and will enjoy the salvation provided in the land that I have set apart from eternity as my own. Then those who have ignored my ways and held them in contempt will be surprised when they find themselves in continual torment. Wow, that's heavy, man. These people are going to be continual torment. Let's get torment definition. It's not ready before, but I just got to revisit it, so excuse me. These people are going to be in torments. Torment, great physical pain or mental anguish. Okay, great physical pain or mental anguish. Let's go to the Merriam-Webster. It says extreme pain or anguish of body or mind. These people are going to be plagued in the body and the mind. Vexation or pain. The infliction of torture. All right, and all these things are happening, man. Don't get distracted by the winter time and the cold weather that's coming in football and these holidays. Okay? You know, us in the know-how, we should already know better, but if somebody's listening for the first time, gear your mind up for the times that's to come. All right? If you're waking up to the fact that you're a Hebrew Israelite, this is not about fun and jokes and marching and, the camp that you go to is going to find you a woman. No. All right, that's one thing you might not have in this truth, man. Okay? Might not have a woman. You might have had all of them in the world. As soon as the Most High wakes you up, and He has, remember the former things. Hey, you might have to go without. But nevertheless, people are gonna go through torments here. All right, and you start to see it around the world. All right, with these uproars of the people. So this is second as it's 15 in the GNT, the Good News Translation. Now I'm gonna start from verses 15. Now, in second as it's 15 and 14, it says, "Woe to the world, and then them that dwell within," if I'm not mistaken. Second as it's 15. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Yeah, so that's where it starts at in the GNT. Let's get the GNT. And the Lord is just amplifying these plagues, man. You speak about uproars of the people. That goes to show you the difference between the United States, where they talk about democracy, and these other countries. Okay, you see these pictures, man. It's on site. All right, man. Forget Fox News, man. Let's see if we can get some images. Okay, we're gonna get that uproar. Refers to a state of noisy confusion or disturbance, often involving loud complaints or protests from a group of people. It can also describe a situation of intense public disagreement or controversy. That's what's going on in Nepal right now. All right, so let's get some pictures just to paint the picture. Let's get some images. But they had that they had that workers over billionaire protest, what I would say 2 weeks ago. And, Americans, they protest and they'll go to Whataburger and, go get a Mountain Dew. And, that's pretty much it. They'll go to the club. These people out here, man, these other countries, man, they have lost everything. All right. And what do they say? what Gerald Salente said, when people lose everything, they lose it. And these people in America, they have to lose it, man. They're already crashing out right now. So imagine when civil unrest happens, man. These people are going to lose it, man. And these are images of what's going on in Nepal right now, man. Burning cars. You see the YNs out here. Okay? Look, you know, look at the YN. He throwing something. You know, fires everywhere. The police, man, they don't know what the hell to do. They probably outnumbered. All right, look like they burning, man. It's on site, man. It's on site out there, man. But you know, in America, man, you know, these people are docile, man. They're dumbified. All right. So let's go back to 2nd Ezra 15. 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 14. The world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Man, the war that's coming to Babylon the Great will be their destruction. Lord willing, we're part of the number to get saved from this current destruction and this chaos. You know, man, that's why it's important to continue to pray. Man, because it's getting real serious, man. It seems like every week is just something happening, man. Within Babylon the Great, that's going, you know, trigger martial law, trigger these internment camps. More news on the mark of the beast. We're going to need Yahweh Shai to come back and save us, man. Lord willing, we're part of that number, man, because destruction is coming, man. It's imminent. It says nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. Verse 16, there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. And this is what's happening in Nepal. These people ain't giving a good goddamn about the government, man. Burning cars and whatnot in the streets. You know, they say they burned down a politician's home with his wife in it. So you think they give a good goddamn over there, man? No. See, even the GMT is, you know, is somewhat on point, you know. So it's more pictures. This guy resigned. Okay. Hey, look, man, they getting it in. They getting it in. If all these people die, man, hey, they get some look back, man. it's on site, man. You see this? But you know they had a little protest in America, man. You know, you go to the basketball game after. Yeah, we protest. Like they had them protests. Those No Kings protests, man. That shit was so weak. Excuse my Brazilian Portuguese, but that stuff was so weak, man. All right, in these countries, they really protest, man. They ready to die about that, man. All right. So back to 2nd Ezra 15. We'll just close it on now. It says there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. Yeah, because people are in that sedition spirit, man. Matter of fact, I'll get that. Sedition. If you haven't seen this definition. That's what you see going on in Nepal right now. Sedition. I'll say Salaki for that ad earlier. You know, always got to put some ad in something, man. All right, sedition. Incitement of resistance to or insurrection against lawful authority. That's what these people in Nepal are doing right now. 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. There will no longer be free access to the cities. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Excuse me. That's 2nd Ezra 15 and 17 in the KJV. It says there will no longer be free access to the city. So, you know, we go to camp. And I'd be wondering, what the hell are these people doing down here, man? You know, we got a purpose going to the highways and byways when we go to, you know, the altar where we go out to preach. I'm like, what are these people doing? You know, these people just be frolicking through the cities like, la da 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 da. Let's just walk through Atlanta as if you can't get mugged or robbed out there. This isn't 1996 when they had the Olympics here. All right, these cities are horrible, especially Atlanta, man. Especially downtown. Midtown. Midtown got a lot of homeless people. I don't know why you people just want to wander through the cities, but hey, that time is coming up when they declare martial law, and there'll be curfews, man. Like I said, I won't be surprised there's curfews in D.C. over those troops that are there, and they're in Chicago right now. So who knows with this devil, man? He could say there's a curfew. We don't want anybody out past 12 o'clock. And then the YNs come out there, man. They're gonna get shot on sight, man. And we coming into them times, man. We coming to them times of summary execution, where the judge and the jury is gonna be in them streets. It's gonna be tanks, man. All right, where's all you gangster disciples and Crips and Bloods and all you niggas that was shooting your own people? Now the president wants to send the National Guard in. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Y'all some fucking cowards. That's where y'all at. Jake is a whole complete coward, man. All that gang banging on his own people. When they said National Guard, y'all quiet as kept. I just had to say that, man. Excuse my Brazilian Portuguese. But, Jake, you can't take Jake seriously, man. These Jakes in the world, I had a saying this week, you cannot take Jake seriously, man. All right? Because Esau, he got a last crack to go upside the heads of you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And they already mad about that little white girl down there in Charlotte. All right? So, hey, even these little low-level Edomites, man, they getting ready, man. All right? Jake is still out here smoking blunts and committing adultery, man. But, hey, the Lord got something for you Jakes, man. That's why we got to, continue to endure, man. It says there will no longer be free access to the cities, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. So you thinking, oh, I'm good, I'm up here in the suburbs. That's coming to your neighborhood as well. Your little suburban neighbors that you can think do no harm. Wait till the lack of bread comes. They're gonna turn into complete savages. It says, verse 19, driven by famine and terrible suffering. That's the spirit. People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. So just imagine if you live in an apartment in that day. These people in apartments do not get along with each other, man. All right? Me personally, I don't talk to these people, man. You try to say, hey, how you doing? They just look down. Well, forget you then, all right? I'm going to keep saying hi to you. Maybe talk to you, figure out where you coming from, because sometimes you got to let these people talk, man. These people love to talk about themselves, man. All right? You got to be circumspect with these people. But that's pretty much it. Just uproars of people, more news, more doom and gloom. But this is good news for us, okay? This is good news for us because we're at the end of being called proverbs and bywords and being a reproach and being below the heathen. See, the heathen, man, the time of the last heathen rulership, Esau, is coming to an end. And peace on earth is coming, man. There's going to be a new rulership where righteousness dwells on the earth, man. So hopefully it wasn't too long. I didn't ramble too much. Hopefully the point has been made. Lord willing, the lesson is edifying. Till the next time, I want to say shalom.